What's going on, guys? I'm Tyler, and I'm here to let you know that Parasite is no perfect movie. So, Parasite follows an unemployed family who live in a very poor apartment complex in South Korea, and when a friend of theirs suggests that their son pose as an English tutor to a rich family in order to earn some money, the ruse works, and eventually, with the help of his sister, the brother comes up with a way to basically fire every other co-worker in this rich family's house so that the family members of his can take over, get their jobs, and they can earn some money. And for a while, it works. And for the first half of this movie, it's a dark comedy exploring just how desperate some people are in order to get what they feel they deserve. And it works very well for that reason, until the second half, where it turns into more of a thriller once one of the original co-workers comes back and discovers certain things about them. We'll just say it that. Parasite was one of those movies at TIFF that I didn't get the chance to see. I was a little bummed out about it, but, because it's a Palme d'Or winner, I knew it was going to be playing in a few art house theaters right by where I live. And nonetheless, I was excited. I was a little worried that people were going to overhype it because, as I'm making this video right now, it is sitting at 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. I just love when people build that as, like, their bill of sale. Like, hey, everybody likes it, so you'll like it. And, it doesn't always work out that way. But I will say this is one of Bong Joon-ho's best films. I enjoy Snowpiercer a little bit more personally, but this one is a close second for sure. And the thing that works the most about this movie is the tension that builds throughout almost the entire movie. Because yes, half of it is a black comedy where characters are trying to present themselves as somebody else, and the tension is still there because you don't know how good they're going to be at conning people and making people believe that there's something that they're not. And over time, you realize that they're actually practicing as hard as they can. Like, they're mapping out, okay, if we say this, they're going to ask this question, so we got to come up with that answer. And I love that these characters actually put some thought into their actions because they know for a fact that they've never done this before and they need to nail it perfectly. And because at first you don't know for a fact that they thought 3 steps ahead, there's a little bit of intensity to, are they going to get outed at any point? And when they come up with such a brilliant answer, it was so shocking and kind of hilarious at the fact that they're just that smart and the people that they're deceiving are just so gullible and naive. And when it becomes a thriller, not only is it entertaining because of just how suspenseful and well-paced each scene is, but because the character stakes are very interwoven and connected, because one of the main themes is about greed and classism, something that, is nothing new nowadays, but the way they handled it, I thought, was very risky, because it presents people of a lower class as being almost and just as self-centered as the way we perceive rich people to be, because yes, there are jokes about rich people being, like, completely oblivious to what's going on because they think they're so damn smart, or rich people having this perception about poor people that's very discriminatory. But at the same time, these lower class citizens who are lying and putting innocent people at risk just for the sake of their own survival, you really get the sense that it's not a classism thing to be fraudulent. It's a human thing at nature, and that's what this movie is so good at exploring. And as you can expect from Bong Joon-ho, if you've even heard his name before, that he's going to do a really good job at directing this movie. He's very good at bridging a gap between art house and mainstream and coming up with a way to make it look incredibly seamless. When it's supposed to be suspenseful and intense, there are a lot of wide shots of characters in the foreground and the background so that you have more than one thing to look at. You absolutely have no idea what's going to happen at a given moment for that exact reason. And he doesn't talk down to you either. If a character walks past a set of knives and the camera stops, there's no cut to a close-up of the knives. He expects you to understand that that character is going to pick up one and he's probably going to try and whack somebody. There are some POV shots that really add a lot by keeping some certain details hidden. Like if a character is trying to hide from something and the POV shot is them in the closet, you have no idea if the person they're hiding from is going to come in. And that part, it's a simple cinematic technique, but you don't see that many mainstream thrillers do that anymore, which is a damn shame. It still works. The only issues I have are all in the third act, and they involve some spoilers, so I'm not going to get super into it, but there are moments that felt very repetitive and misleading for me. And the misleading part for me is that something big happens, and certain characters have to like rebound from something bad that happens, which you would expect in a movie like this. Then it fades to black, and then it just fades back in. And it's just like, oh, okay, there's Marv. Okay, that's fine. And then that goes on, and it's just like, it involves whether characters can receive catharsis, redemption, or not. And I felt like the scene before that, where it faded to black, kind of already explained that, and it was more than enough for me. But then it kept going, and then it really just added to certain characters' pain, and I didn't really think it was necessary. It was intense and it was enjoyable, and I'm still glad I saw it, but a part of me does still wonder if you really needed to keep those scenes in there. And then it fades to black, and then once again, there's like maybe another 5-10 minutes more, and it was just like, come on. And the eventual ending does rush certain elements to it, but I get that you can't explain everything in a certain amount of time. It's just, there were some things that they did explain in the end that I didn't think you really needed to. Outside of that, I'm really glad that I saw Parasite. The performances, the comedy, the mixture of tension and suspense, the direction, the cinematography, they all go hand in hand in creating one of the most unique movies that I've seen all year. And for that reason, I'm going to give Parasite a 4 out of 5. Guys, thanks as always for watching. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Parasite. And be sure to like, subscribe, check out my other reviews at NoPerfectMovie.com, and be sure to check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you all once again for watching. Take care.